country can be healed. It proves to be self-evident that all men are created equal. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Hello, America. Tonight we bring you 1996, a leap year. It was a year of American prosperity and pride, with Bill Clinton as president. The year 1996 had a booming economy. The Dow Jones Industrial Average started at a mere 5,100 in January and rise to 6,000 for the first time in late November. Culture also flourished during this period too, with movies like Independence Day and the original Mission Impossible, and also TV shows like Friends and Boy Meets World. The top song of the year was the Macarena. 1996 was also a year with many sporting events.
Yes, Dan, it was. In basketball, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen led the Bulls to once again another NBA championship. In the NBA draft, Allen Iverson was drafted first overall. Also in MLB, the Yankees beat the Braves 4-2 to take home their 23rd World Series championship. The 1996 NFL championship was won by Emmitt Smith and the Dallas Cowboys, who beat the Pittsburgh Steelers 27-17 in the NFL draft. The New York Jets selected Keyshawn Johnson first overall. In golf, Tiger Woods won the Sports Illustrated Athlete of the Year. Also in 1996, Atlanta hosted the Summer Olympics. During the opening ceremony, Muhammad Ali had the honor of lighting the torch, with 197 countries being represented by just over 10,000 athletes. In 1996 Olympics was the largest Olympics to date. America won the medal count by having 101 medals in all, including 44 gold, 32 silver, and 25 bronze. Germany had the second most medals with 65, and Russia came in third with just 63. But these Olympic Games were scared by the Continental Olympic Park bombing, which killed 2 and injured 111 others. Eric Rudfeld was found guilty of these bombings and was sentenced to life in prison. That's it with sports. Back to you, Dan.
1996 was also a year with many inventions. For example, the first ever flip phone was created by Motorola. Adobe Flash was created during this year also. The first ever electric car was created by GM. Though it didn't do very well, the EV1 was the first of a long line of electric cars that would eventually be made. The Pokemon series was created in 1996 with the release of Pokemon Red and Green. The Amber Alert was created too after Amber Hagerman was abducted and killed in Texas. We'll be right back with births and deaths after this commercial break.
Yes! Hey, it's Rob! You've blown my cover!
Yeah, you spies should carry the Motorola StarTAC cellular phone with Vibracall Alert. Try it on. It can vibrate instead of ring. It's real covert.
So high-tech, it could only come from Motorola. Motorola, what you never thought possible.
Welcome back, America. 1996 was also a year of many famous deaths and murders. Famous rapper Tupac Shakur was killed after leaving a boxing match on September 13th. The previously mentioned Amber Hagerman died after being abducted in Texas. 230 people died after TWA Flight 800 exploded in mid-air on July 17th. Gene Kelly, lead actor in Singing in the Rain, died on February 2nd from a stroke. Popular births that year included Sophie Turner, who played Sansa Stark on Game of Thrones, the Kinsler brothers, and Abigail Breslin, who played the little girl in Zombieland, and Kit Kittredge.
A very important part of 1996 was the advances done in the study of HIV and AIDS. The first AIDS at-home testing kit was created and approved for sale in 1996. David Ho, who was voted Times Man of the Year, makes amazing progress towards curing AIDS. He focused on slowing down the AIDS virus instead of trying to find a cure for AIDS. He created a system called HAART, or Highly Active Antiretroviral Therapy, which was a mixture of multiple AIDS and HIV medications. This cut down HIV viral levels to a very low amount. Since 1996, the AIDS mortality rate has declined very quickly. The research done by David Ho allows for anyone who gets treatment for AIDS to prolong their life for an average of 24 years. After this commercial break, we'll bring you information about the politics of 1996.
The spirit of America. You can see it in how far we've come, but also in where we are going. Toward a future where our government is smaller and our economy even stronger. Where families are secure and our children cared for. And where the work ethic is alive and well. This is the America not of our dreams, but of our making. President Clinton, meeting our challenges, protecting our values.
1996 was filled with both domestic and foreign politics. On the domestic side, Bill Clinton was once again elected as president. Though during Clinton's presidency the Senate and Congress had a Republican majority, Clinton still got a lot done. He signed the Comprehensive Nuclear Ban Treaty, which bans all nuclear explosions on any environment, land, or sea. He passed the Freedom of Information Act, which allowed for full or partial disclosure of previously unreleased information held by the government. He passed the Communication Decency Act, which regulated porn and other obscenity in cyberspace, which made it less easily acceptable to children. He passed the Line Item Veto Act of 1996, which allowed for the president to reject certain provisions of a bill, but not the full bill. This was later deemed unconstitutional by the Supreme Court, though. The Quality Protection Act was passed, which limited the amount of pesticides allowed in food and created incentives for farms using minimal pesticides. The Supreme Court case Romer v. Evans deemed it illegal for state governments to pass laws that discriminate against homosexuals. This was a big step in the fight for homosexual rights. Foreign events at this time include Yeltsin being re-elected as president in Russia. In the Middle East, Bin Laden wrote the Declaration of Jihad on the Americans occupying the country of the two sacred places. These writings gave justification to the suicide bombers who bombed the Twin Towers during 9/11. Also in the Middle East, a U.S. military base was bombed in Saudi Arabia, killing 19 soldiers. Operation Desert Strike began at this time. This is where the U.S. bombed Iraqi air defense bases with cruise missiles. Another major story at this time was the blizzard of '96. This blizzard terrorized the East Coast from January 6th to January 10th. With up to 48 inches at some spots, it killed 187 people in all. It also caused around $3 billion in damages. Goodbye, America.